Hi everyone, today's design team project that I'm working on is for CrafTangles, and I'll be using this 8x8 paper pack called SuperKids. If you want to see the unboxing of this particular paper pack, I'll go ahead and link it here. Just click on the eye and the video will show up that shows the unboxing of the entire paper kit along with the other CrafTangles projects. I'm going to be doing it in this mixed media journal by Dana Wakely, and I already have plans for these first few pages. So this one, I want to do it on a watercolor paper. So this is called a cotton something watercolor paper. I forget exactly how she described it, but it is cotton based and has a lot of absorbency. So I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to be using this paper right here from the paper pack. I like the city skyline, so I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to do a galaxy background. The galaxy background, I'm going to use my Gansai Tambi watercolors. I found these on Blitsy, so I'll link that below. I got these there, and the numbers on these are 901, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have the bigger palette as well, and it does have a few down here, but the numbers are different. This is number 95, 91, 90, and that white is a number 10. So I'm not exactly sure of the difference, but since I'm going for the sky and starry looks, I'm going to go ahead and use this particular blend, because especially this silver white over here looks like it'll show up really well. So I'll be using a combination of both. I'll be using the darker colors for the background and combining that with these on top for the shimmer effect. I'm also going to cut out some letters. This page is inspired by the movie La La Land, where it says City of Stars. So I'm going to cut out the title and paste a title on here. That's because where we live right now has a lot of that look. I'll post a photo of where we live and the view from our place at night, so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's the inspiration for this piece, and I hope you enjoy. So hopefully you can see the image here. I'm going to first cut out the city from the paper. I'm going to draw in the mountains that look like the skyline that we see from our place. And then I'm going to use purple hues, blue hues, and blacks to do my watercolor background. This here is an example of a photo that I took from our living room window. So I'm going to draw out these mountains to be behind these buildings. a little bit of shine, I'm going to add this Bougainvillea Fuchsia by Lindy Stamp Gang. These are called Magical Micas. They have a little bit of shimmer in there. If I use a lot of water, this is the color it'll be. And if I use a more paste effect, this is the color it'll be. So now that my background is finished and it's drying, I'm going to let this dry completely before I add the splashes of white and gold spatters to make the stars. Just to explain the effect here, the reason why I chose the color gradient to go this direction is because when you look at a cityscape, when the lights are on at night, the light on the bottom is always going to be a lot more washed out or brighter, and so it creates like this reddish hue, and then it goes into the dark evening sky. So up here is where the little stars will be, and I'm also going to paint the snow on the top of Cotopaxi, and right now I'm just going to add some Aleene's tacky glue to the actual scrapbook paper and glue that down. Before I add my title, I'm going to go ahead and open up this package and add some white as well as some gold for stars. Okay, so I'm going to use the new project button, and I estimated the size, so I'm going to insert a square and just make a rectangle to about the size that I need. My width cannot be any further than 7.5 inches, and my height needs to be no more than 4 inches. I'm not going to make the title that big, but that just shows me how much room I have in that upper space where I want to put the title, City of Stars. Now I'm going to try to match the font as close as possible, so I'm going to go to Text, and I want to see if I have any system fonts that are pretty close to this Broadway style that is in the photo of that title. That rarely happens. That happened on the first try. That's exactly the font I was looking for. So now to see how we can make this fit. Now the nice thing with these fonts is I don't have to keep the aspect ratio we have here. I can click, unlock, and now I can size it how I want. Now I used the slice tool, and I like to do that when I want to make a full template like this. What that does is it changes this entire thing, including the outer box, into a cut file for me. So this just makes it easier when I have a little bit of a mat to work with, because I'm going to be applying, paste to this section here. And so that makes it a little bit easier for me to work with it. I'm also going to have to be conscientious to save these little centerpieces and add some adhesive to those so that I get the effect of those letters. So let's go ahead and cut this out on the Cricut. To put on the title, I'm using Faber-Castell Whipped Spackle. It has like a raised feeling when it's dried. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive to this just to hold it down while I'm applying the paste. Since this is a journal, down here it leaves enough area for me to go ahead and journal about the story of this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and mark it as Quito, Ecuador. So the last thing I did was outline the buildings with this Derwent Inktense pencil in ink black. I got this one individually on Blitsy, so I'll link that below. I also got all the watercolors, the Gansai Tambi, all from Blitsy as well. So I'll make sure to link those products for you below. What I really like about the Gansai Tambi watercolors is that it takes very little and the color is very vibrant. I also love this Dina Wakley journal. I also got this on Blitsy.com. I think you can also find these at Michael's, so I'll link them below. I love this watercolor paper. It held up so well, even when I had a mistake. You may have seen me fiddling with that a little bit. The paper was still a little bit wet when I stuck down the center of the A with some adhesive. And so when I pulled it up, the cotton fibers came up a little bit, but I was able to glue those back down, and I'm really happy with the absorbency potential of this cotton watercolor paper that is in this journal. As much water and product as I used, even using that dark of a ink pencil, I barely got any bleed through. The only bleed through I got was from that one pencil that I used. Nothing else shows through to the other side. So This weight, it doesn't curl very much on you either, which I also love. So this is a view from actually my scrapbook table and from the dining room. If we're looking out, there's two volcanoes. This one here is called Antisana, and then this one Cotopaxi. And at night, the view is just beautiful with the stars and just seeing the lights of the city. So I'll put a couple of those photos for you at the end of this video. If you liked this mixed media video and would like to see more, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll make sure to create more of these videos for you on this channel. Also, please make sure to check out CrafTangles. I'm linking their website below. This is a design team project for CrafTangles. The retail website is hnmd.in. They're a scrapbook company based out of India. And if you like these products, please visit them and also their Facebook page, which I will link down below. So here are a few pictures. This is taken from the top terrace of our building where we live. And then this one is our first night at our place. So there's no furniture in there yet. And then this is taken from that same angle from the balcony outside. Truly a city of stars. If you really liked that file and you want to make your own layout, feel free to download this for free off of my blog. I've saved that as a Cricut Design Space file that you can use to create your very own layout of the city of stars. If you want to see other videos like this mixed media spread, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to like and subscribe. Also on my blog, there's a sign up for an email newsletter. So every time I release a video and every time I release a supplies list, you'll receive your very own copy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.